Thanks for joining us. We just wanted to provide the following disclaimer. Many of our episodes were recorded prior to the start of the Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild's ongoing labor dispute. We wanted to warn you as there is a ban on promoting projects in podcasts currently for any striking actors. We totally support the ongoing labor action and both the Writers Guild and the Screen Actors Guild in their dispute. We just wanted to make this clear, and once we have moved past those pre-recorded episodes, we will no longer continue to discuss ongoing or upcoming projects. Thank you for your time, and please enjoy the show.
Is it a sandwich? Oh, is it a sandwich? If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you would be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carey, Kelly, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
It is my honor to welcome you to the new season of Order Up. In the past, we've talked about the burning topics like, is a hamburger a sandwich? Is cereal soup? And our hard-hitting expose, Team Pancake or Team Waffle. But this season, we bring you a topic that is of incredible national importance. It's a mark of Canadian pride, and I think one of our most important questions of our time. Pineapple. Does it belong on pizza? This season on Order Up.
Oh my God.
I tried so hard to not laugh during that, Matt. Oh my God.
And my work here is done.
Well done, Matt.
Well done, indeed. Friends listening at home or wherever you may be, thank you so much for joining us for season 4 of Order Up. I feel like we've put on our big girl and boy and whatever gender you may be pants, and we're able to tackle this tough topic of pineapple and pizza. How are we feeling in California, Mary Kennedy? How are we feeling about this topic?
Well, that felt like Nightline, Matt. Nightline. That was, oh my God. That was like a CNN, like maybe, in LA, how do we feel about it? And again, our guest today is also in LA, so he may have a thought about this. I don't feel like a Hawaiian pizza is the top choice at pizza places in LA, but it's also been hard for me as a Bostonian first, then lived in New York, to find that pizza that is East Coast worthy. And so, but East Coast worthy place, there is no Hawaiian pizza. So
right.
All right, Carrie Haim, what is the vibe in your house about this most tricky discussion topic?
There is some divisiveness in the house. I am definitely pineapple belongs on pizza for sure. My preferred toppings would be pineapple and pepperoni. They go really nicely together with the bit of the tang from the pepperoni and the sweetness, and it's just awesome. And that's the pizza I will order when I'm by myself because no one else would eat it.
What about you, Matt? What is the feeling in your home about pineapple and pizza?
Yeah, pineapple is part of every pizza order. I was first introduced to it by an Irish nanny who used to babysit us. An Irish woman introduced me to a Canadian pizza. I think it's 8 or 9, and I've never gone back. It's ever since pineapple, pepperoni, and green pepper. Mm-hmm. Together.
Yeah, I'm a sweet and salty fan for sure. So I'm definitely on this. I'm curious to know as the season goes on, is this a Canadian thing? Will Canadians, whoever may be the guest Canadian on our show, will they be for it? We don't know, but we're going to find out. But as we have done on past seasons, we're going to continue on with this tradition. Matt, what are the interesting facts you have of us, either about pizza or pineapple?
I've got some pineapple facts to drop today. The word pineapple in English was first recorded in 1398, is originally used to describe the reproductive organs of conifer trees. Yeah. So, and when explorers first encountered the pineapple in 1664, they started calling them pineapples due to their resemblance to pine cones.
Oh,
So when you say you're eating pineapple, you're basically saying you're eating pine tree junk.
I'm going to start calling it that.
The language is weird. Now, pineapples themselves are very tricksy. You look at it and you think, oh, that's a big piece of fruit. But the reality is it actually is a bunch of berries. So each of those little rings are made up of all these little berries that fuse to a central stalk, and then they develop a tough, leathery skin. So when you're looking at a pineapple, you're basically looking at a giant brown leathery raspberry. And you want to guarantee yourself a spot on the trivia team. You can just drop that fact when eating berries at the lunch table at work, because then they'll know you're very pedantic. So you'll be
Fun fact, listeners, Giant Brown Leathery Raspberry was the name of my high school ska band. So weird you brought that up. That's nuts. It's a berry.
It's a berry. It's a bunch of berries.
It's a bunch of berries. Just like me. All right, friends. Well, I think it's time. We've got our first guest in the house.
Yay.
Let's crack our knuckles. Get this started. Shake your stress away. Time to order up. Season 4, baby. All right, Carrie, who might our guest be to start off this new season?
This is very exciting for season 4. Our guest today, he's an actor and a comedian who's appeared on shows like Silicon Valley, Casual, and Roseanne. He also hosts the popular Brentfast with Brent Pope podcast, where Hollywood meets great food. You can catch Brent in his recurring guest star role as Ben Cruz on season 2 of Amazon Prime's hit rom-com With Love, starting on June 2nd. And please officially welcome Brent Pope.
Hey. Wow. What an introduction. Like I wrote it myself. That's not very impressive.
Very impressive.
Truth be told, I gave that to Carrie about 10 minutes before airtime. So there it is. Yes.
And it was appreciated.
And
wow,
and
thanks for having
Brent
me.
is in Los Angeles. He is in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Brent, did you know that a pineapple was a berry?
I did not. That's very I don't know if that makes me like it more or less, but it's very interesting. Yeah. Wow. I got it. Now I'm going to really, look at the pineapple next time and see if I can notice the berries. This is
Yeah, definitely. I remember back in I used to work at a TV station here in Canada called CBC, and at Christmas time, they really enjoyed at the staff party to just take a hollowed out pineapple and stick shrimp in it and call it a shrimp apple.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
Apropos of nothing, I just want to let everyone know I suffered through that.
Hey, where are you guys in Canada? Because I was just in Montreal last week.
Oh, amazing. That's my hometown. We're in Toronto, give or take different parts of the GTA. Yeah.
I did 18 escape rooms in 4 days.
I love escape rooms. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Montreal has some of the best escape rooms in the world.
Really?
Right? Actually, Montreal, Laval, which is right outside of Montreal, so.
Yeah.
Oh my. Next time I go, my dad and my brother are there, so I'm going to go and escape room it up. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Let me know. I'll send you all the recommendations.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Brent.
Great.
I feel like poutine. I don't know if you've heard of poutine.
Oh, yeah.
Poutine is awesome.
Yeah. And I think after this season, we probably should be in an escape room together. Just I feel like we're off for season 4. All right, Mary, you have the good fortune of posing the 5 questions for Brent. Brent, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this.
Brent Pope, right from an escape room. Here we go. What are your favorite must-have pizza toppings?
Okay, so recently, I'm a big pepperoni fan, but recently I've somehow discovered soppressata right? Which is like a dry salami that's it's a little spicy. It's a spicy dry salami. It costs more than pepperoni, but it's better than pepperoni. So that, I love garlic on everything. I love a little ricotta and mozzarella cheese. And then, I don't know if this is a California thing, but I love when it has a little cornmeal finish on the crust. Little grittiness there, a little crunchiness. Those are my favorites, I think.
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Nice.
very
good.
I'm going to order that now.
Very Californian. That sounds very
Is it?
Californian. Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, we're not, I don't know. I mean, where are you from originally, Brent?
Well, originally the Philippines.
Right.
And then most of my growing up years in the Midwest, like Missouri, Nebraska. So that was all just meat lovers, pepperoni sausage. My parents would definitely order the hamburger mushroom pizza. That's a very Midwestern thing.
Delicious.
I grew up in a town. It was so small. We had a Pizza Hut, and it was also called The Restaurant. So.
Pizza Hut used to be very fancy with those stained glass chandeliers, and the jug of soda on the table.
I forgot about that.
That's true. Pizza Hut, I don't know, it tastes very different in California than it did in the Midwest, though. I don't know if that's just a time thing or what, but
and different from Boston too.
Different in a good way or different in a bad way?
Bad way.
Yeah, I think it's worse in California than.
Okay.
I don't know why. A lot of people say it's the water. Maybe the water makes a difference.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It just tastes different.
Yeah. So speaking of that, should you? Well, not really. Speaking of it, it's a weird segue, but all right. Should you trust someone who doesn't like pizza, Brent?
I mean, no way. Although it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, have you guys ever watched that show, The Mole, where like everyone's working towards a common goal and then the mole's trying to steal? It's like, I don't trust that person doesn't eat the pizza, but I also get more pizza if they don't eat it. So I'm going to hang out with them to help me win more money and more pizza. But I don't trust them. I mean, it's weird. It makes me. That would be like a sign that there might be life on other planets or something that they don't know. Because I don't know what's not to like about pizza. I don't get it. Like they make there's no excuse now. They have gluten-free pizza,
right?
They have, dairy-free pizza. They have vegetarian pizza. So
yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Big hard agree. Yeah.
I kind of distrust you for asking me that question.
That was our writing team.
The writing team, you're sus. You're sus. I know all the young people words.
Look at that.
Our research department.
That's right.
So this is, and Brent, for you guys that don't know, Brent does sing, so this might be good for him.
Okay.
Okay.
We need wrong answers. Oh no. Wait, hold on. That's not right. That comes up next. This is menopause, everyone. Menopause. Where was the best pizza you ever ate?
Well, okay. So there is a place in Eagle Rock, which is outside of Los Angeles. And I say it's the best pizza I've ever ate because it's the only place I can go and just get a cheese pizza with nothing else. And it's like the best pizza I've ever had, which is Casabianca.
Okay.
And Casabianca's been there for like 60 years, owned by the same family the whole time. Sometimes you'll go there and the whole restaurant is on vacation. You're like, oh, I guess we can't eat there for 2 weeks because they're all on vacation.
Together.
But I did recently eat a pizza called the Sweet Cheeks at a place called Ronin, which is on Melrose, very fancy, like really close to the Groundlings Theater, guys.
Okay.
That had they did have the sopressata, which made me obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has also had like honeycomb on it or something like that.
Oh,
I mean, it was very, very fancy and probably 10 million calories, but that was pretty darn delicious too.
That sounds interesting.
And then maybe, I know I'm mentioning more than one, but there's also, Mary, you had mentioned East Coast pizza. There's a place in Studio City called Gorilla Pies, which is a guy that used to work at Nobu, which is a famous like sushi place out here. He was from Pittsburgh and he decided to start a Pittsburgh pizza place in the Valley. and he has a pizza there called the Rabbi, which is basically a Reuben sandwich, but as a pizza. Yeah.
No.
It's so good.
That sounds really cool.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, when you come out to LA, we'll go. We'll go. Yeah.
It's really good.
That sounds good.
By the way, Reuben sandwich invented in Nebraska. You know, they say
What?
New York, not Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, the Reuben sandwich.
No.
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
What? All right. We'll save that
That's
for next
amazing.
season.
No, we'll have to. And then there's also Lido's Pizza here in Los Angeles. That is Chicago. It's so good.
Okay. Well,
You don't agree?
I was almost banned from Lido's once. It's a long story. Really long story.
Okay.
I'll tell it if you want, but it's
We'll just leave it there.
Mary, look at my review of Lido's Pizza. And
I love it. All right, whatever. Okay, God help us. We have somebody that was almost banned from a pizza place on a show talking about pizza. Okay, here it is. Drum roll, please. We're back. We need wrong answers only for this one. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie,
that's like the best facial scrub thing that you leave on your face for 50 minutes, whatever you call that. That's the best form of that I've ever seen. I don't know. Sounds great. Just a nice doughy face mask.
I like it. I would go to that spa.
I would too.
I would too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I love that answer. That's great. Have you ever had to eat pizza on set as an actor?
Yeah. We had some Baroni's pizza at the last show. Yeah, you know Baroni's? That's another.
Yes.
Yeah, we had some Baroni's pizza at the last thing I worked on, which was, I love Baroni's. Yeah, it's where they did the scene, the when the guy lost his wallet scene in the Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Baroni's. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
It wasn't called Baroni's then, but it is now. Yeah.
So cool.
But yes, I've had pizza on set. Why do you ask? That's
It's just, I think it's a costume designer's nightmare. Because
Okay.
if you're in
Right.
costume and then you have to eat pizza, everybody's making sure that you don't wreck your costume, I think.
Yeah, for me, it's like anytime I go eat, I like take all the costume off because if I can find a stain, I will. It's
Exactly.
it's not good. I've gotten in trouble many times for that.
But the question is, do you eat the spilled thing later as a snack?
I eat it immediately, so it tries to get the stain out. Just like, that thing. And I always say like, this one background actor ran into me while I was eating. Yeah.
So the background people under the bus front.
Nice.
Don't say anything to him. He'll be embarrassed.
Yeah. Where your face was in a pizza pie from Baroni's.
Right.
And the last question.
Hey.
The last question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Huh. Well, that's interesting. I never even had pineapple on pizza until I moved to California. And the first time I had it, I really hated it. And then now it's like, I don't know. It's like those Thomas Kincaid paintings, right? It's okay. My mom has one in her house and I tolerate it, but I don't enjoy it and I would never get one myself. Yeah, it's like a windmill painting in my house on a pizza. I'll eat it. And, I'll say this. There is something to be said for the sweet and like tangy flavor with the salty. That's a classic flavor. And I do like pineapple a lot. It's just still weird to me on a pizza. So I don't know if it belongs there, but it can go there if it wants to, I guess. And I'll still eat it if it's free. Yeah.
If it's free.
If someone ordered a pizza and it had pineapple on it, you would eat it. But if you were ordering your own pizza, you would never put it on.
I would never eat it unless there's some kind of weird specialty pizza where it's like, oh, that sounds interesting to me. But pineapple upside down cake pizza. Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
That sounds really good.
But that's a dessert.
That would be a deep dish.
There's dessert pizzas, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there definitely is.
It's
It's like a big brownie, basically. It's a big circular brownie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a pizza, but yeah, like, but pineapple's not really on a pizza either, and they still do it. So I mean,
So I feel like this is kind of like to harken back to season 1. This feels like a bit of a Zane Kaplansky answer of if it wants to be on the pizza. That's what I'm getting. I don't know. Do we feel that way, Brent? Like it might be maybe.
My question is, why is it called a Hawaiian pizza? Because I was talking to my friend the other day, and we had pizza, and he did have pineapple on his pizza, and I said, so do people from Hawaii like love Hawaiian pizza? And he goes, no, they really don't. I do, but most of them don't. And he said pineapples aren't even like native to Hawaii. So I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just curious how they got named that, or if it's like a good marketing name for it or something. And
I'm curious about that. It's what I do know is that it's a Canadian dish, and so maybe I don't know. Is it kind of like when one talks about California sushi? Like,
well, yeah. Well, I mean, the California roll is also from British Columbia.
So, that's Canadian too.
Oh my God.
I think the thing is, like, we name things after things that remind us of places we'd rather be than Canada. Oh, that's kind of like Hawaiian-y. So that's sort of, I think, where it came from.
But if it's a Canadian dish, I kind of get it. Okay, if you've ever been to a luau and they have the pig, you have the pig, and I can get that. And there's pineapple. I went to the pineapple farm when I was in Maui on my honeymoon. My husband takes me to all the sexy places. And, we went and we saw the pineapple. So I understand putting like a ham product and a pineapple product together in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. But then what trips me up is the tomato sauce in the pizza, the crust.
Right.
And it feels a little, and then Canada took it over, or maybe you had it first and then Hawaii stole it from you. And now you guys are at war. I think that's what's happening.
I don't believe.
Look at Brent's face. He's so perplexed.
No, I just was thinking that, maybe it is a Canada thing, because since like the pork and the pineapple are so moist in Canada, if you didn't put it on a piece of on the crust, your hands would freeze immediately because it's so cold in Canada most of the time. So they're like, let's put it on some bread, and then now we can have Hawaiian pizza. Yeah,
I think it's because it is cold here sometimes, and the concept of going to Hawaii is awesome, of just being somewhere warm. So they probably, whoever made it and said, let's name it something exotic so people will want to be there and eat it more.
Maybe he found it to be very just tropical.
Yeah.
Just very vacation-esque. And maybe he had just been to Hawaii. Maybe he threw a dart at a board. And this could have been named like the Australian pizza.
Illinois pizza.
That's an interesting thing too. Is like, Canadian pizzas are very seldomly named after where they're from, but every region in the United States has their own version of pizza.
Yes. That's true.
Boston deep dish, New York pizza, Pittsburgh pizza, like this this is our pizza and it's different and this is how.
Yeah. Whereas we're just projecting what Hawaii pizza might be like.
Then what would Canadian pizza be? Like, back bacon and cheese curds.
There'd be maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
Yeah.
You guys is Canadian bacon called something else in Canada, or is it still Canadian bacon?
It's not a term that is like in Toronto. It's either called pea meal bacon or maybe back bacon. Yeah. But when I first heard Canadian bacon, I was in Chicago. I was a kid. I saw it on a menu and my eyes lit up. I was like, there's bacon from Canada? And then I was disappointed when it was ham.
Oh, that's not even Canadian. That's not even back bacon. That's just ham.
So yeah, it's not a term we use here at all. No.
We're just like manipulating people with geography.
We are.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to Disneyland and you don't want to take them, so you're like, here's a hot dog. It's a Disney dog, guys. Have this Disney dog. Right.
That works as a parent. I love that idea.
I'm totally doing that. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm totally, next time, that's good. I mean, it's crazy. Well, So this is the first episode. So of season 4, am I correct?
It is, yeah, you're correct.
It is the menopause. It's the first episode of season 4. So we have our first tally as a guest. Do we want to say no?
I think it's a no for Brent. He doesn't.
Sounds like a no for Brent.
I would say it's a no overall. Yeah.
Okay. All right. For the record, listeners, I, Kelly Zemnikas, am a yes. Matt?
I'm a yes.
Carrie?
I'm a yes.
Mary?
No.
All right. So far, Team Yes is leading.
Yeah.
Very
That's what my friend from Hawaii said would happen. He said, white people love some Hawaiian pizza.
It's so true.
Well, there it is.
It's very true.
If we can find a way to put sugary things on it, we will. Not actual spices, just sugar. Diabetes.
So Brent, what do you have coming up? And if people want to contact you, fight with you about your decision of Hawaiian pizza, where can they find you? And what do you have coming up that you want to
Sure. Well, they can find me, my website's BrentPope.com. Very simple. They can go to that's where you can also find my show among every other podcast place, Brentfast with Brent Pope. Mary Kennedy, you're on there right now. You're the last episode, and I've fallen behind in my editing, and you're part 1 of your episode, there's 2 months in between. Part 2 is coming out this weekend, I promise. Brentfast with Brent Pope, where Hollywood meets great food. We go out and eat breakfast, and then we go talk about the breakfast on the show and our creative journeys. And then, Prime Video starting June 2nd, With Love Season 2. I'm recurring on there. So
nice.
Playing, I don't know if you guys watch Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, but I'm playing the father of the actor that played Josh Chan. So I'm playing Josh Chan's dad, basically, on this other show. So that was kind of cool to work with him. But it's a real fun rom-com. It's the most inclusive rom-com you'll ever see. It's just every type of relationship you don't usually see on a rom-com. So, and I'm into it. That's where you can mostly find me. I'm on Twitter and not really on Twitter, but Instagram mostly. Scoops Pope. If you want to find me, you can argue with me there. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can argue with me. He's already getting ready. So funny. Now, and
is that
listen,
what you call it on there?
Yeah, And listen, the reason I have done his podcast twice because there was free breakfast involved. So I will go anywhere for free food. So thank you.
My first episode ever was Mary Kennedy, and we had this thing called crack bacon at a place in Sherman Oaks, right?
Oh, that was
crack
delicious.
bacon.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's just
what is that?
It's just bacon that also has kind of maple sugar melted on it and stuff like that.
That I could get into that. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a million calories, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the true Canadian bacon.
Maybe
that
could be.
There it is.
Yeah.
But
They
it's
don't
in
call it
Studio
Canadian
City.
bacon, Yeah, it's Studio City. Yeah.
They call it crack bacon because you have one bite.
Colloquially, they call it crack bacon. They don't actually call it that.
I thought it really said crack bacon on the menu.
No, it's I don't remember what it's called exactly.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Brent, for joining us.
Having me.
Yay!
Very fun.
Hi, I'm Esther, longtime listener, first time speaker. I just wanted to say, yes, a hamburger is a sandwich. Yes, cereal is soup. Deal with it. And I am definitely Team Pancake. Kelly is right. Kelly was the only one that was right. And you can put your pineapple wherever you want. I don't care.
Thank you.
Order Up is hosted and produced by Matt Ardill,
Mary Kennedy,
Larry Hain,
Kelly Zemnikas.
and original music is by Rebecca McDonald.